Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm saying welcome a couple of times more than I normally do. This is Edna J. White, and I'm so glad that you are on Keeping It Real on Purpose. So I want to talk to you about a question that I received from a Denise. And the question was received, if it's so easy to love and it's possibly so easy to fix things through communication, why do couples need counseling? So I know you guys probably have some reasons why. I'd really love to hear them, because as I was through this question, I was like, wow, why do we need? So I thought about it on a perspective from where I came from and my divorces, and I thought about it and I said, well, for me, God gave me signs not to do it, so I ignored it. And then as things progressively, the honeymoon stage went away, so did the escalation of things in my relationship. So, of course, I asked, let's go to couples counseling. They have this amazing group, and I was very excited about it. And I was told by my partner, my husband, no, there's nothing wrong with me. You go. So, what that made me realize is sometimes we get a second chance to say no. In some instances. So some things for some women are unforgivable, and some tolerate things until they can't tolerate it anymore. But I think part of the answer is we have to be right from the beginning individually. And yes, there may be things that you have to learn to develop. But honestly, can you honestly say that communication, just explaining what you need and your needs and your wants, and then is that addressing it? Is it talking about it? Because really, the third person in a room makes you kind of realize things, sort of like a mirror thing, or, if you're going to therapy. But I think it starts from the beginning. For me, I knew that I wasn't, but my ego would not allow me to say no, because, listen, I'm getting married. This gentleman, a guy, was, paying attention to me, and in my own, I guess, neediness, I overrode the signs not to do it. So, of course, we see a lot of this stuff, we see a lot of this on Maury, Steve Wilkos, used to be Jerry Springer, things like that. We see all those things that go on. But it tickles me, It tickles me to know that question would be on, in someone's mind. People can teach us a lot of things. People can teach us patience, kindness, long suffering. But I'd rather not be taught by somebody those things. I'd rather decide and be able to have a decision that I can say yes or no. And when you're dealing with people and their emotions and emotional things and lives of other people and egos of other people, all of that kind of gets enmeshed, sort of like veins in your body, and they kind of get entwined around each other. And when that type of change happens should you leave, it rips everything, It changes the way everything is, regardless. So, is counseling great? I think it should be something that we all should have in the beginning, singularly, individually. I think counseling should take place. And I just remembered something. Years ago, they used to have, whoever was considering getting married, they would have to go to a person, like a priest or something, or whoever, and have premarital counseling. They don't even have that anymore, that I know of. They don't really have that. It's something they really don't even kind of have. So, maybe that could be considered moving forward, And then you get to, longevity, of a relationship, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But I think of it like this. If you stay on a job 40 years, if you stay on a job 12 or 20 years just to get the pension, isn't a relationship similarly, but just has a lot of emotional things involved? Isn't it the same investment? I think we get it kind of turned about, but it is an investment. Then you, along the lines, you commit to one another, and you commit to having that partnership, and you communicate that partnership, and you reevaluate that partnership down through the years, and it's talked about, it's displayed, it's, actionable, steps and things like that. All of it's actionable. So I think, Denise, if I think about it, I would say that, sure, there can be counseling, but there should have been counseling. We want to come to the table with everything that we want someone else to be. So we got to be whole if we want somebody else to be whole. And if we really look at ourselves, if we're suggesting certain things, like I've heard, many of my clients, even in different arenas, my boyfriend or my girlfriend better know that this is what happened to me and I'm not taking it anymore. I don't like this and this is what's going to happen. Or, I'm telling you this because I've had bad relationships before. And if you want to leave, you need to tell me the truth. If you want to go out with someone else or date somebody else or be with somebody else, you let me know and I can walk away. Those type of telltale signs can tell you right then and there, well, I don't think marriage would be something in the cards at this point. I don't think it would be something that I could do at this time. So I think we have to consider the precursors before the counseling comes. We have to consider what happened prior or what is going on now to ask that question, if communication, in a perfect world, of course, we want to see all of the good stuff happen. And we go to counseling and we talk it through and we have an aha moment. Of course, we want to see that. But in general, good counsel is always necessary throughout life. And I think if you can see into someone's life and they share with you and they can tell you one person who's really developed or helped them and gave them some knowledge and wisdom, then you might just have a fighting chance. Because those without any wisdom or any guidance from the elder or from their parent, grandparent, great uncle, anything like that on the nuances of life. If they can't come up with that, then that's already a red flag. And I won't even go further than that. Even with eHarmony, which is one of the single sites that I really think about all the time. That's really a really good one besides the other ones that are out there. But they go the depth of asking questions. See, we don't do that anymore. When we go on dates with people, we don't ask them the important questions. We don't take time to ask those important questions before we get into a relationship with them. We ask them those questions as we're in relationship with them. And those questions should have been asked in the beginning. So I think all in all, counseling is great, but counsel seems to be better. This is Edna J. White, and you are listening to Keeping It Real on Purpose. You got a little ride with me because I'm in the car today. So thank you for being with me on this ride. Listen, subscribe, share your questions like you've been doing. I'm going to be answering questions. I'm going to be talking about questions that I receive from you all, and let's all join in the conversation. Text, see this, or message me wherever you see this recording. Tell me something about what I just talked about. Share your feelings, your feedback, and your comments. Thank you so much. Once again, this is Edna J. White, and I am signing off.
Every day when you log into ChumbaCasino.com, the ultimate online social casino, you get a free daily bonus. Imagine if you got daily bonuses in other parts of your life.
I chose French fries over loaded French fries.
I asked Stuart from accounting about his weekend, even though I don't care.
I updated my operating system without having to call tech support.
Collect your free daily bonus at ChumbaCasino.com now. And live the Chumba life. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.